Hey everyone, this is J-Dog, and I'm here with another video. I do not like President Trump. I really don't, and I never will. He's a racist, he's a moron, he's an idiot. He is destroying this country. I mean, this country is technically destroying itself. It's been destroying itself even before he got in office. But even the person who lies a lot, even the person who is hated a lot, even a person who lies, can sometimes, one time in his life, or her life, tell the truth. Now, of course, I will never trust him, and I think he's only saying this is because he knows he needs as many votes as possible in order to be reelected in the upcoming 2020 election. But, like I said before, even the let's just say this, even the worst liar, even the guy or girl who lies a lot, even sometimes, you'll get a stretch of truth from that individual. Even one time, a liar will tell the truth. Even if I will never ever trust that liar or this individual. But during some kind of rally or press conference, whatever event, I think it was at a black college or some kind of town hall, he told the truth, finally, about how this nation was built. African Americans built this nation. Like I said before, I despise Trump. I hate him, and I don't trust him. And I only think he's doing this because he's trying to get votes. And he's trying to get support. Because he knows that his base alone may not be enough to win him this time. But what he is saying is actually the truth. Even someone you disagree with will tell the truth to your face sometimes, or if ever. Because African Americans, especially descendants of slavery, were the ones responsible for building America. If it wasn't for the slave labor that our ancestors suffer from, not just from working on the fields to even building some of the buildings, yes, these monuments and stuff, statues, some of the buildings, slaves built some of those buildings. And remember, slavery was the first financial thing to create the American economy. African American slaves, black slaves, were the first things that helped build the economy, which led to the building of this nation. I'm going to play this video right here. I'm going to enlarge it real quick. And this is from...
African Americans built this nation.
Hold on, let me start all over. But this is from the president. You know what? I'm not going to enlarge this. Hold on. Right here. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm going to play this speech.
African Americans built this nation. You built this nation. You know, you're just starting to get real credit for that. Okay, I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to you built the nation. We all built it, but you were such a massive part of it. Bigger than you were given credit for. Does that make sense? Right? African Americans built this.
He's actually telling the truth. Like I said, I hate this man. I despise him, and I don't trust him. But he is right. Yes, I will never vote for this man. But he is right. African Americans built this nation. Black descendants of American slaves built this nation. And you're right, we are just getting this credit because we're doing more research and we're demanding to get credit. We're demanding that we get the credit for it because we have not been getting the credit for it for a long time. You know who's been getting a lot of the credit for the building of this nation? A lot of these immigrants who just came in as the nation was just about to be completed, and racist white folks. Racist white folks, or white folks in general, and immigrants have been the ones who've been getting the credit, but not the actual people who built this nation. Yes, we know the Native Americans were the ones who actually that first lived in this nation, but also some of those Native Americans were black, were darker than me. They were black too. There was black Native Americans. There was black settlers before black people before even some of the Native Americans. And then, of course, you had the slaves who were shipped over from Africa and the Caribbeans by the European slave owners, like the American colonists and other evil white racist and Europeans that shipped us over to North America, and particularly to here in the United States, to work on the fields and build their economy through slave labor, chattel slavery. And we are starting to now get the credit. Why you think we have movements like ADOS and FBA, the Foundational Black Americans from Tariq, or ADOS from Yvette Carnell and Tone Tark and many others? Well, technically, there really is no leader to ADOS. But they were the ones who started it, who brought up the hashtag. People like Yvette Carnell and Tone Tark brought up the ADOS hashtag. People like Tariq Nasheed brought up Foundational Black American hashtag. And that's why I give a shout out to these three individuals. But technically, ADOS is really a movement about lineage, legacy. And for years, African Americans have been ignored and have been discredited for the building of this nation. We have never really gotten the credit. Now, do I say go on to tell you to go out and vote for Trump and support Trump? Absolutely not. Because he has really done nothing to gain the black American vote. He has not said about giving us Medicare for all, protecting net neutrality, and he definitely has not talked about giving us reparations. So no, I'm not telling you to go out and vote for Trump. Unless, of course, he is truly willing to help our community get back on his feet, which I probably doubt it, because he's a racist. Then will never say vote for Trump. But also notice something. Notice that no Democrat is not saying this. The guy I hate, the Republican, who is supposed to be the enemy of black people, is the one that's actually telling the truth about who built this nation. Where is the Democrat who is saying that African Americans built this nation? Why is someone like Cory Booker not telling this story? Why is someone like Kamala Harris not telling this story? Or any of them Democrats? You know, the so-called supposed to be friends, they're not technically real friends. They have never been friends. Remember, the Klan and slavery actually started by those who recognized as Democrats. So they were never the friends of black people. And I'm not saying Trump and the Republicans are friends of black people either. They're not. No, they're not. No one is. No political party has been the friends of the black community. But why is Trump, a man who is hated by black people, the only one who's actually speaking the truth about African Americans building this nation. Like I said, I'm not saying go vote for him. I'm actually saying don't go vote for him. I actually don't want you to vote for Trump. He does not deserve to be president. He's going to destroy us. But he is willing for, I bet you he's only doing this so he can just get the vote. But he is actually right. Trump, for once, or Chump, whatever, for once, he is actually saying the truth. What he is saying is actually true. We helped build this nation. African Americans, black descendants of slaves. But we are never given credit for hundreds of years. We have never been given this credit. Everyone else has been taking the credit for building the nation. We've actually done a lot of the trends, the dancing, the music that is heard in this nation or comes from this nation. We created that. Some of the foods, some of the inventions, some of the monuments. That was black people. American descendants of slaves in particular. Black people in general. In America. We helped create that stuff. And yes, like we were saying, we are now just getting the credit. That's why ADOS and Foundational Black Americans, us, American descendants of slaves, are now fighting for reparations. Because we are owed reparations. After building this nation, we should be getting reparations. And as much as possible, other groups have gotten stuff. Why not ADOS? Why not descendants of slaves? Well, it's time we start fighting for reparations. And we'll keep fighting till the end of days or until we get our check. Alright? It needs to come in the form of both money, especially money and land. Not just, or we want money especially. It's going to start with money. And then maybe more. Land and everything. But it's going to start with money, like I said. It starts with money. As many checks, as many cash payments as possible. As many donations as possible. Money, money, money. We want money. It was free labor from black people that built this nation. Now we want trillions, billions, trillions of dollars from this government. The same trillions and billions that's paid to other people for reparations. Of other groups. Notice that they're thinking of doing one for immigrants. The House just passed one for LGBT. Notice they're trying to do one for immigrants, but yet not one is doing it for ADOS. That HR 40 crap, that one lady, who by the way is not ADOS, that's just to do a study, but that's not to actually give us the actual stuff. We want actual money from this government. Or at least that's what's going to start with, is actual money to every black descendant, or even biracial. Yes, there are biracials who are descendants of slaves, but as long as they're willing to help the black community, willing to help the ADOS community, and I have proof that they do have a heritage, descent of slavery, yes, even they deserve it too. Because they do come from a family member who is a descendant of, or they do come from a descendant of a slavery, as long as they have been a true, they accepted their so what blackness, and as long as there has been a true ally of the black community. Yes, they are biracials that are descendants of slaves that do deserve reparations, that do fight for the black community. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're ADOS that's a woman, ADOS that's a man, ADOS that's a child, even ADOS that comes from different political parties or even different sex orientation. As long as you've been willing to fight for the ADOS community, the foundational black American community, fighting for reparations, fighting for the black community, yes, you are owed reparations, regardless of who you are, if you are a descendant. As long as you are a descendant of American slaves. So, yeah. I will leave a link to this particular video from this tweet for y'all to check it out yourselves to see what I'm talking about. Yeah. So you can, and I want all content creators, share this not just with your friends, but share this with other content creators that you happen to follow, and tell them to do their own commentary, even if it's a commentary about just my video alone. But tell them, these other content creators that you like, to do a video on this. Because everyone needs to be talking about this. Other than that, I want to know what y'all think in the comment section. Make sure you like and share the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And also make sure you hit that notification button. Also make sure to look into the different links I'll also put in the description box and comment section. There are links to different accounts, whether it be on YouTube, backup channels, Twitter, Black Junction, Black Spot, etc. Check out and follow me on those different accounts so you'll know whenever I do a new video or post. Every once in a while to see if I've done a new video or not, in case if you're not getting any notifications. But that's all I have to say for now. This is J-Dog. Thank you for watching, and I hope to catch y'all in another video. Peace, everyone.